We're at Palm Beach International Airport, and there you see Air Force One landing. President Donald Trump aboard. He is arriving for his seventh visit to Palm Beach since he became president. This will be the seventh weekend out of 13 that he has spent at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach. Air Force One just landed. If you're just joining us, I am Palm Beach Post staff writer George Bennett. And just a few minutes before we started live streaming, First Lady Melania Trump and other members of the Trump family arrived in a separate plane. So once again, you're looking at Air Force One taxiing down at the east end of the runway here at Palm Beach International Airport. President Donald Trump aboard is going to be here for Easter weekend. We're hearing that there's not few or no senior staff with him this weekend, so apparently it'll be more of a holiday vacation kind of a weekend as opposed to a working winter White House, Southern White House kind of vacation. This will be, as we said, President Trump's seventh visit to Palm Beach since he became president. He was calling it the winter White House, although we're now past the vernal equinox into spring, so it's just the Southern White House, or the weekend White House. This week's landing was out of the west. Attentive Facebook followers will probably remember last week he came out of the east. There you see Air Force One coming in. We're bringing you Team Tarmac coverage here from the Palm Beach Post. I am staff writer George Bennett. Thomas Cordy is your videographer today. And Rich Graulich, award-winning photographer, is taking still shots that you'll be able to see on mypalmbeachpost.com. It's only been a few days since the president was here last. A lot has happened, though, in that time. A lot of ordnance has been dropped. You may recall last week, the president arrived on a Thursday for his summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping. And you may recall when he got off the plane, he acknowledged the crowd of supporters that are here, but quickly got into the limousine and headed over to Mar-a-Lago. We found out later, of course, that he was going to the Situation Room there, and within an hour of landing at PBIA last week, he was giving the final approval to that missile strike, the U.S. missile strikes in Syria. So he did not have time to greet the crowd of supporters that are here for him. This week, who knows? Maybe he will. Maybe we'll see that. And now you see Air Force One taxiing into place. As is customary at these things, and this is his seventh one as president, there's a crowd over to our left of 100 or so supporters. You might hear them cheering the president when the engine noise cuts down a little. You're looking at the wheel chalking right now of Air Force One. Thomas Cordy is bringing you that image. And now we see the staircase rolling into place. And once again, I will point out there is another truck with another staircase just off to the right. If there's any issue with this staircase rolling up. Now, my videographer is telling me something right now. Oh, I see. We're getting a look at the pilots of Air Force One. And now we've got the door opening. And that staircase is rolling into place. We've also got the limousines rolling up. This week it's the Suburban, the SUV style limo rather than the Beast, a little more formal limo that we saw last week. I'm not sure who makes the call on limo, whether to go with the Suburban or with the Beast. We've seen both here. As we mentioned, just a few minutes before Air Force One landed, another Air Force plane landed carrying First Lady Melania Trump and other members of the Trump family. I believe Don Jr. and Eric were on that plane, and Barron, I believe, the youngster. And so now the weekly, the question always is whether the president is going to go straight into the limo or perhaps come over and greet the crowd. And there you see President Donald Trump at the top of the stairs, wave to the crowd. You can hear that crowd off there cheering him. He's giving the thumbs up as he comes down the stairs. He's going with a striped necktie today. A salute to the military officer, and he is getting in the SUV. So he's in the limo. We don't know where. I guess perhaps there he's waving out of the window at the crowd. See that presidential hand there giving a wave and a thumbs up. President Donald Trump arriving for his 7th Palm Beach visit since becoming president. He's in the motorcade headed over to Mar-a-Lago. There will be some traffic shutdowns along Southern Boulevard. Once again, I'm Palm Beach Post staff writer George Bennett. Thomas Cordy is your videographer. Rich Graulich makes up the third part of Team Tarmac. He is the still photographer, and you'll want to check out his work at mypalmbeachpost.com. You want to watch My Palm Beach, you want to check out mypalmbeachpost.com and the politics blog, postonpolitics.com. Pretty much all weekend. If you're working tomorrow, maybe think of taking the day off or just kind of slacking off in the office and checking out those websites for our coverage of President Donald Trump's visit to Palm Beach.